Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video for the last day of meteorological summer, August 31st. How about that? I've got a very interesting tropical activity coming up. The system, obviously, in the Gulf of Mexico, or potential system, is the one that interests us the most. We have pure model madness. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots around the network this morning. And by golly, we've got football that kicks off this weekend. College football. We'll start with the college venues, the big ones in the state. There's a look at the campus of Auburn University. Off in the distance, you can see Jordan-Hare Stadium. And from Tuscaloosa, again, that's a shot there where off in the distance you can see Bryant-Denny Stadium. Both Alabama and Auburn play an early game Saturday. 11:30 kickoff, and the chance of rain looks very small, just kind of a hot, humid type day. It will not be a refreshing fall day, I'll put it that way, but I don't think rain is going to be a problem. There's the Inverness Skycam at Birmingham. The brave souls out there on U.S. Highway 280 at 5 a.m., not many of them. Okay, we got flat ridging all across the deep south, so we're going to stay hot for the next several days. The westerlies are up north, and again, you expect that here in late August, and down to the south, mischief approaching the Yucatan Channel. And that might cause weeping and gnashing of teeth here in the weather office in coming days. Highs yesterday. Look at the cool air up north. Some folks up there not even reaching 70 southeast of Minneapolis, St. Paul. But, of course, around here we had 90s and, again, more triple-digit heat back in Texas and Oklahoma. But to make everybody feel better, look what I found. A winter weather advisory and a snow advisory for parts of Montana. Hey, come on now. Before you know it, it will be cooler. September begins tomorrow. Up on the convective outlook for today, slight risk on the Canadian border. And tomorrow, slight risk for parts of the high plains. Woo, goodness, look at the QPF chart. Yeah, we got mischief in the Gulf. And the open waters, 11.3 inches is the bullseye, and there's a lot of folks that need rain and are hoping and praying for that thing coming their way, assuming it won't be a major hurricane. But you can see the guys at HPC are showing potential for good rain all around the Horn there, from literally South Padre Island down to Key West. And, of course, there's a whole lot of uncertainty here. I'll tell you right now, some folks will be delighted with the rain they get, others severely disappointed, kind of like winter storms and snow. And that's a tough call. And look at that. It's got nothing here. No rain at all. This is valid through the weekend, through Sunday evening. And, we've talked about enhanced rain chances late Sunday and Monday. And, again, it all depends on that deal in the Gulf. So let's look at tropics. Of course, Katia is the tropical storm in the central Atlantic, and we'll talk about that. And of course, the one that interests us is the wave that's approaching the Yucatan Channel in the Gulf, and the guys have a 10% chance of that developing. That's within 48 hours, but beyond that, I think there's a good chance it will, much higher than that. Let's look at Katia off in the eastern, really now the central Atlantic. This thing is booking, man. It's moving along at 21 miles per hour. The top wind's up to 65. Should become a hurricane later today. Modeling, very good agreement. Everybody in Puerto Rico and the leewards can breathe easier, as this will be gaining latitude in 5 days. Most of the guidance brings it up to a major hurricane in 5 days. And the official track from the Hurricane Center. Major hurricane late Sunday night. It's out there around 60 west, 23 north. And all the longer-range medium guidance has this thing recurving, and that makes a lot of sense, although Bermuda will have to watch for that, but I don't think that's a U.S. problem, despite the hype in the media that already is starting. Goodness. All right, this is the OZGFS valid at 7 o'clock this evening, just flat ridging here, strong trough up in the northwest. And down below that should be another hot, dry day, mid-90s today, a little more humid, doesn't feel quite as good today. Tomorrow, we stay pretty dry. Again, low to mid-90s. Got the wave in the Gulf. Friday, same deal. Hot, pretty dry. We've got mischief in the Gulf. No issues for a high school football Friday night. And Saturday, starting off the weekend, the core of the heat ridge is a little west of here. You got a strong shortwave coming through the upper Midwest. And down below that, boom, a tropical storm south of Mobile Bay. Oh, boy. And notice how dry we are. Again, this is suggesting no rain at all Saturday. So, again, for those college games, just hot with low 90s, a good deal of sunshine. The chance of rain here just looks tiny. We've mentioned isolated showers, but obviously won't happen with that. And a cold front north of us. Sunday, now look, the GFS looks different every time. And I'm just telling you, confidence in what this thing does is low. But it's got it drifting to the east, cold front to the north. And again, Sunday, we're dry. And then Monday, the GFS brings the cold front in here with no tropical moisture, hardly any decent rain chance. And a tropical storm moves up into northern Florida. It's inland near Jacksonville. And then on Tuesday, we're in dry air, and the tropical system is over there on the coast of North Carolina. And then you've got Katia off there in the Atlantic that's doing the recurve thing. And then there's Wednesday of next week. And again, the system in the Gulf should be Lee. So you got Lee that's west of Washington and Katia that's near Bermuda. And so there you go. That's the GFS and the OZ run. Now, you want to talk about model madness? Let's look at the European. Let's go to Tuesday of next week. Oh, yeah. It's got Lee off the southern tip of Texas. Okay, the GFS at the same time on Tuesday has Lee on the North Carolina coast. Hey, what's the difference of 1,200 miles? And then out there on Thursday of next week, the European brings Lee into Galveston and Houston. And ultimately, we could see some rain from that way down the line toward the end of next week. So obviously, there is very little confidence. If you've got a beach trip coming up and you see all this stuff, look, be aware of it. And there could be some issues. And understand, it might not be Houston. It might be Mobile or Gulf Shores or Panama City or nobody. It might... We've seen one run that just left it meandering down there for days, and it finally comes into southern Florida. So just don't panic yet, but be aware that there is a very good chance there'll be a tropical storm in the Gulf over the weekend. Where it goes, confidence is low. My gut feeling says that a Louisiana, Central Gulf Coast threat is very real, but understand that can be a good thing because that could bring some beneficial rain up in here at some point. But goodness, who knows? All right, September 15th, end of the forecast. Looking for a big old deep trough to bring us some cool air. Got a huge vortex up there over Hudson Bay, but not affecting us. And again, we notice while we're dry there, another sign of tropical mischief down there in the lower right-hand part of the screen, which makes sense. It's the season for tropical mischief. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.